welcome back. We are having our third and final conversation for the morning, and it's all about STEM U and their launch of a welding and non-destructive testing pilot program. We are joined by Janine Neal, and she is the principal of the St. Ignatius High School. We are also joined by Diana Gentle, and she is the vice principal of the St. Ignatius High School, as well as two students. We have on our far left Silsa Perez, and she's a student, as well as Jorge Cambranes, and he is also a student. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you.
Let's start the conversation of what is STEM U?
Well, I can speak in terms of STEM U Foundation. I must say that Mr. Jaros Mitchell is the director of STEM U Foundation. That's an NGO organization that basically funds any educational activities, programs, and he's also the director of the NDE Institute in the USA. By profession, he is a non-destructive testing engineer, as well as in the field of welding. Hence, STEM U Foundation came about to basically fund our welding and NDT program at St. Ignatius High School.
Okay, so STEM U is working in collaboration with St. Ignatius High School.
Correct.
Correct? And the welding program, welding and non-destructive testing programs, those will become components of the school itself that your students will be engaged in. Let's talk a bit about the programs.
Okay, our welding and NDT program at this time is a pilot program.
Okay.
Pilot in the sense that we had to ensure that our parents and our students would sign up for this program. We must say that we appreciate Mr. Jaros Mitchell and his team for visiting our high school. Apparently they had visited another institution, which I should not make mention of. And then they came and visited our institution. I have a little sister who does engineering, and hence she was able to, collaborate with all these partners. And she somehow said, my sister is a principal, so why let's not see and meet with her. And then, of course, our vice principal, Ms. Gentle, who deals with the academic portion, and, of course, programs at the school. I'm like, let's just partner. Let's take this risk and see how it is going to work out. At our school, we try our very best to improve the lives of our students, not only academically, but also in terms of looking at what they want to do. We've had students telling us in our basic surveys that I want to be an engineer, I want to be a pilot. And truth be told, I wanted to be a pilot myself. And so as a result of that, we have this cohort who will become the legends, we say, in the next 2 years or so, and even beyond. But going back to your question there, how important it is and how it came about, again with the collaboration and the partnership, meeting Mr. Mitchell and his team and saying that, you know what, you want to partner and work with us, then we should be able to take this challenge. And here we have able students who are willing not only to do the welding portion, and in our country, we really don't have welders. As you can see, we have met with other companies, I'll say steel companies, who have mentioned about, their excitement in terms of the program that we're doing. So the non-destructive testing portion is quite important, that which matches then welding on a whole. I believe Ms. Gentle may be able to add shed some more light in terms of that, in terms of the students that we have.
I want to include Ms. Gentle in the conversation because, as you mentioned, Principal Janine, Ms. Gentle, you focus on the academic portion. So how do you fit welding into academics in high school?
Okay, so as the entire country is aware right now, the implementation of the competency-based education, which calls and lends itself for hands-on activities. So welding and NDT came at the opportune time because we were able to incorporate that into our academics, especially since our high school focuses on offering students subjects where they can go into the world of work. They can also expand their studies if they want to, but welding fit right into what we strive for, our mission and our vision of the high school.
Do you guys have other technical courses like this? Is this a first of these types of courses?
Well, St. Ignatius High School, we are very lucky because apart from the academics where everybody offers the sciences and the business subjects, we do offer home economics and agriculture.
Okay.
If you visit our campus, you will be amazed that we actually offer agriculture, because I don't think that we have even an acre of land to really focus on. But our able teachers have made much with what we have, and our students, for the past years, they have gone out and they have expanded, and they have broadened their opportunities. And with agriculture now, with welding, and it's not only welding, it's welding and NDT, which these students can probably speak a little bit more of, because they're the ones taking the subject.
Yeah.
Okay, and with welding and NDT now into our curriculum, I think that we are a high school to be contested with.
Yes.
So I want to understand we have with us, joining us via
Jairus
Zoom,
Mitchell.
Mr. Jairus Mitchell, the director of STEMU and NDE Institute. Good morning, Mr. Mitchell.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for joining us. We were talking a bit about the STEMU Foundation and the NDE Institute, and we understand that you're the man behind it all. And we'd just like to bring you into the conversation to talk a bit about the idea behind the STEMU Foundation, how this idea was birthed, and the purpose.
So the idea of STEMU Foundation was birthed from a standpoint of reaching out to the youth and educating the youth with regards to technologies and career paths that they may not have access to. So coming from a developed country to a developing country, and having the ability to share curriculums and share technologies and equipment, at STEMU we felt there was a great opportunity to bring that to Belize.
In terms of the focus on NDT and welding, why is there a specific focus there for the foundation?
It's a specific focus because of the fact that there's such a great demand for welding and non-destructive testing from a quality standpoint internationally. And that in the country of Belize, quality as well as structural welding there's a great need for it. And so with dealing with our partners at Midwest Steel and Kyle Steel, we were informed that demand do exist. And so that's why we decided to jump head in and full speed ahead with this program.
Let me ask out to you also about the relationship that you've built with the St. Ignatius High School, their students there, and what that has been like for you.
Wow, I mean, it's been amazing, man. I mean, just to, it's been awesome. I mean, to see the smiles and to deal with the children there, and also the leadership team at St. Ignatius. I have to admit, they've been extremely professional, as well as, exhibited, such an experience level that is unmatched, even here in the States. I mean, the ambition that they show is top notch.
Wow.
I want to bring in the students in the conversation. We have two students that have enrolled in this program, Silsa Perez and Jorge Cambranes.
Yeah.
Let's begin with you, Jorge, and why you decided to join STEMU's Welding and Non-Destructive Testing pilot program.
Well, as a child, I found myself always doing things more hands-on. I've always been interested in technology. So when I heard that there was a welding course at St. Ignatius, I jumped at the opportunity because I was very interested in what welding was, and I wanted to expand my knowledge about it.
Did you, before this, Yeah, did you before this know what non-destructive testing was? Are you engaged in non-destructive testing as well? Program?
Yes.
Yeah, did you know what that was before this?
No, not no. I didn't know. That's one of the reasons I was interested because
Okay.
I said to myself, I said, why not give it a try?
Yeah. So what is it?
It's essentially just basically put. It's basically taking a piece of whatever the material you're working on and performing an examination without damaging it.
Okay. So for example, you have like what kind of material? Like a piece of metal?
Steel, yes.
Steel. All right. So without damaging it, and I know you could get very technical here, but how do you test a piece of steel without damaging it?
Well, there's this form of, it's in a spray can. It's called penetrant.
Okay.
We essentially just spray it on top, and after the course of maybe 10 minutes, it shows blemishes, cracks, discontinuities, and whatever is required for us to do what we need to do to be able to fix it.
Interesting.
And I mean, this is a course that is offered from STEM U's foundation to the students of St. Ignatius High School. So you guys are regular formers as well.
Yes.
What form are you in?
I'm in third form.
You're
Third
in
form.
third form.
I want to bring in Silsa because
Yeah.
it's not very often that you'd see a female that would want to take part in this type of field of work.
Yeah.
Silsa, let's get your take on why you decided to take part in this program, and also what form are you in?
Well, I decided to take this program because it really interested me and attracted me from the start. I came in and registered myself that day. They told me they were doing welding, and it's rare to see you have any programs like that in this country. And I am a person that loves dealing with the work that men does and working in field. So I say, why not give it a try? It's something that I love to do, and well, I want to know more about welding.
Yeah.
So as I go about the time in the class, it's really interesting. You learn a lot of stuff, things that I didn't know about it. It's new to me, and the more I go reading, it gets in my mind, starts to interest me more about it, and I really want to work on the field. I really want to learn about the machines and all. And
What form are you in?
I am in third form as well.
So we're looking at junior high school students that may transition into this field of work. Is that something that you guys are considering?
Yes.
What Silsa, what for you has the experience been like in terms of breaking gender stereotype, showing the men or the guys around that, hey, you know what?
We could do it
We
too.
could do it too.
It makes me feel very well, to be honest. It
Yeah.
always brings a smile on my face and makes me laugh that not only the men can do it, but the girls as well. I want to prove the world that not only men will be able to do what they do,
Yeah.
And sometimes better, right?
and better.
A lot of times better.
Let's not get into competition mode. But I want to know, how many females do you have enlisted in the program currently?
Honestly, two.
Only
Oh,
two.
wow.
Only two.
And how
Yeah.
many males?
That's 12.
Okay.
That's 14 of them.
Right.
All right.
And that's why Silsa stands out among her peers. Did you guys have to create a space in the school for this, like a new designated classroom, etc., and all of that? What was the logistics like to establish a program like this?
Well, that's the amazing part. I mean, what comes with the NDT aspect of welding is that our classroom, where they're going to be doing their practical, is actually in a classroom with air conditioning. So I don't know about you guys, but I was amazed to know that they're going to be doing welding in an air conditioning
yeah.
room. Yeah. I mean, that by itself tells you the type of welding that we're into at
Yeah.
St. Ignatius High School. So Mr. Mitchell and his foundation, along with the NDE Institute, are assisting us, along, of course, with our high school and the management, to create little booths in the classroom. They're equipping it with all the necessary machinery, all the necessary equipments that these students need to ensure that once the practicals start, everything is safe.
Okay.
Excellent.
So right now, I'm trying to understand if I'm correct. Right now, we haven't started the program. The program has begun. How long has the program been running?
The program has been running since the 21st of August.
Okay,
They
there
are
you
doing
go.
a lot of theory at this time,
Okay.
and then they go into the practical
Practical,
aspect.
right.
So I must also make mention that we have different business partners who have come in to assist the high school, because you know welding and NDT is not a cheap program.
Of course.
At the end of the day, we need to
You need
partner
your
and give.
equipment, you need all your tools, etc.
And I must make mention that Midwest Steel has been one of our greatest partners in terms of doing the welding booth. So I
Okay.
must.
They've provided us with scrap materials where the students will be able to practice without, going into that expense of obtaining materials itself. So
Which
they,
also includes Kayo Steel.
Correct.
Company.
Okay. So in terms of access to the program now, it was made available just for your students, correct? Is it like a sort of like an elective that they take, or is it a focus and just solely on these trainings?
Correct. It's an elective. However, we did train the trainers for our teachers. We have 6 teachers, by the way, that we trained. And we must give thanks to NDE Institute, Mr. Mitchell, and his team, because they came in to train our teachers. And then they will gradually, every 2 months, be in country, doing the same, as well as assisting the teachers to ensure that whatever they're teaching is what should be taught.
So it's not only beneficial to the students,
But
but you have teachers that are also learning a new skill and a new craft
Correct.
that they could also, a trade that they could
Yes.
also benefit from.
Yeah.
if
That's
they continue on the
wonderful.
right path, they will also obtain a certificate. And we have to understand that with welding and NDT, there are 4 levels to certify an individual. So you have level 1 to 4. And we are hoping that by the time these students graduate Fort Farm, they will have the 4 levels.
Okay.
The levels are important because that is what determines the field of work that you can actually go into. For example, they have opened, the conversation has started then with places like Tropic Air, Maya Air, Midwest Steel, and Kayo Steel, so that our students can probably go into these institutions or organizations and do their work experience at these places.
Of course, of course. And is that something you all would be interested in moving forward? I know you're only now getting a taste of what it is, but for you guys, what has it opened your eyes to in terms of the possibilities in this field?
Well, the potential areas that we could go into, which obviously welding, but there could be opportunities in other countries such as the States that require welders, and we could definitely go up there and find a job.
Definitely. And for you, anything that you've begun to think about, like, hey, you know what, this could actually lead me down this path?
Well, no,
Not yet?
Not yet. But
You know,
Well, that's okay.
when we think of welding, I think of, I don't know if it's a myth or if it's a fact. I never tested it to find out. But I remember people would say, no, watch the sparks from the welding because you're going blind. Is it true or is it false?
It is
Why?
Really?
Well, I don't know the reason to that as
Yeah,
yet, as
okay.
we've not gotten into
Yeah.
the practicals of welding, the hands-on, since we're only doing theory. So I couldn't answer that question. to be
Well,
honest.
you know, we have to bring you guys back when you or maybe we take a trip up that
Yeah,
side, right? Just when you really get into the practical to see the ladies in action and the men as well. I'm a bit biased because I like see when we're breaking gender stereotypes.
Yeah.
That's my thing. But any final thoughts, any closing words for us? Well, before we do that, I just want to bring Mr. Mitchell back into the conversation one more time, just to get some parting words from you, Mr. Mitchell, as you continue to do this wonderful work in partnership with the St. Ignatius High School. Do you foresee something like further partnerships with perhaps other schools in the country?
Yes, sir. I mean, that is the intent. The intent is to partner with other high schools and also to grow this into the vocational schools. I feel that in the near future, in the very, very near future, that we will be adding more high schools. And after certain conversations with other partners, there's interest, a lot of interest from the U.S. With regards to assisting.
All right. Well, any last words from the school's point of view as it relates to being the first high school in Belize to take on this welding
STEM, yeah.
program?
Well, I must say, as the principal, it has been an exciting journey having to add new programs to the curriculum. Again, everything is costly, it's challenging. We may say it's risky, but nonetheless, as long as our students are satisfied, we tend to say it's a happy school, happy parents, happy faculty and staff. And so at the end of the day, what else can we do? They are the future, and we're expecting to ensure that they are not only satisfied, but they can also be qualified and not taken for granted. Our young people in this country deserves only the best. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Ms. Gentle?
Well, I am very honored to be a part of this initiative. It's the first of its kind, especially in a high school setting. And hence, I am very proud of our institution, and I want the country to know that St. Ignatius High School is the high school that is pioneering this program into the curriculum. And so look out for us in the future.
Definitely.
Yeah. You might have
Wonderful.
some students, more students going over to St.
more
Ignatius just for that
interest.
program.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
We want to say, though, thank you guys so much for joining
Thank you all
us.
for having us as well.
It's a pleasure.
All right.
right.
We're going to take our final break, and when we come back, we wrap things up.